guys, Civility here, back in with another review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom Deluxe Class Cheetor. So without further ado, let's get into it. Maximals, maximize! Is that what they say? Either way, as I said before, today we're going to be taking a look at Cheetor. He's the first Deluxe class figure we're going to be taking a look at from the Transformers Kingdom line of figures, which is the third installment of the War for Cybertron series. Probably some of the best Generations figures we've gotten in recent years, to be honest with you. Even the G1 stuff, which I'm not big on, but I do have some of the Siege figures, and I really like those. So, with that being said, let's just get into the meat and taters of this guy. He did come with a collectible trading card. I don't remember if it had like the foil sticker on it or not, and what is it? Shout out to PR, because I watched one of his videos recently. The stickers, for the most part, are the same. That's not the card, though. The sticker is a completely different image from the card underneath. You peel the sticker away to see what card you got, so it's kind of a mystery thing. So, yeah, I'm a doofus and didn't know that before. So, now I do. And knowing is half the battle. Wait, wrong toy line. Different battle. A battle we know all too well. So, with that being said, accessories, he comes with his tail. Which, I believe Prime vs. Prime said to be careful with this because the paint might rub off. I don't really see that as a problem. It's definitely not tacky and kind of sticky like the Mythic Legion's Magnus figure I looked at a couple of weeks ago. But if you wanted to store it, I could plug it into his literal butthole here. If you wanted to do that, it looks stupid. But you could store it there. You could probably even store it the other way. Yeah, you can do it. It's possible and looks inappropriate, so we'll get that out of here before we get flagged. So Cheetor, one of the main guys. He's basically the Bumblebee, I think, of this series, right? Kind of the second most well-known character next to Primal. Kind of. I don't know. I feel like more people like to put Dinobot as like the second favorite or like the second in command or whatever because he's Dinobot. He's awesome. Still can't find that damn figure. But, yeah, Cheetor here is pretty sweet. I will say the cheetah head, it's interesting. First of all, they got it to sit in there pretty snug. So that's nice. But it's got red eyes. It's pretty gnarly for a Autobot / Maximal type character. Which I feel like a total doofus not saying maximize during the Optimus Primal review. I guess I didn't think the Maximals had a catchphrase, but sure enough they do. But yeah, the eyes are red on there. Kind of interesting. His head sculpt definitely looks like Cheetor. He's got kind of the crown look to him. The little pointy points sticking off the side. Almost like Cyclonus a little bit. Just a little bit. And then the back is Kibble-tastic. It's a deluxe figure. What are you going to do? Although it's kind of accurate, right? The legs kind of just hang back here. Now, forgive my naivete, but during the size comparisons for not only this guy, but Black Arachnia, I have them up like this. But I think they've been like that before too, so I'm not entirely sure. I want to say they go maybe like this or something. I have no idea. They just kind of sit here and look pretty, pretty stupid, but it's whatever. It's not that big a deal. Though I do wish... I think the one way they could have fixed this is had these fold up all the way. And they can't. On either side, you can't fold these up past, like, this little stopping part here. which sucks because it would have been nice to collapse these in and have a more streamlined look. You wouldn't have these legs hanging off his back, but what are you going to do? It is, again, a deluxe class figure. Speaking of which, for a deluxe class, he has a pretty decent articulation, so let's get into that. He has a rotation in the head, and he can look all the way up. Look at that. Can't look down at all, but that's okay. He's got a butterfly joint, which they're starting to put butterfly joints on all these figures, but unlike any other figure ever made, these have pins in them, so they work at a package. Thank God. But he has a butterfly joint. He's got a swivel at the shoulder. They do also hinge out. I will say his shoulders are kind of angled at some points, I should say. And it's kind of difficult to get him kind of straight with the body, but it's doable. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got a single joint at the elbow that goes a little bit. It's perfectly 90. He's got a wrist swivel with some cheetah flesh on the back of it. I mean, what are you going to do? It is a deluxe class. It can't all fold up and look pretty like Megatron or Primal. He has a waist swivel, which is surprising for a deluxe class. I don't think I own a lot of these size figures that have a waist swivel. His dick flips out. So that's a thing. Not sure why that is. It doesn't add crap to transformation, but okay. He's got ball jointed hips, so they move in and out just fine, and he's got the thigh cut. Well, no, he's got a thigh cut down here by the knee, but it does rotate appropriately, so you can bend the knee and twist the leg. I will say this one on mine was stuck out of box, but I did push on it a little bit to kind of slide it out and back in, and now it works just fine. His legs do not appear to extend either. He's got a single joint at the knee. Then he's got a hinge at the foot with a rocker. That's unheard of most of the time. That's pretty wild. A lot of the studio series I have, granted they're Michael Bay figures, so they're not the cleanest things ever. They do not have crap for ankle rockers, so that is that. But giving him his whip thing back, and I guess you can put it in like this. Give him almost a tail sword. That looks stupid. I prefer to do it this way. Almost like a curved axe. Axe with a curved handle on it. Which I think is pretty cool. Or a curved sickle thing. And it looks nice just kind of sitting there on his side. Again, the back is kind of cumbersome, but there's not much you can really do about it. There's not a whole lot you can do about it. It's kind of just stuck that way. I mean, you can kind of just do that, give them whatever, but it's not that big a deal, but it kind of is, because it's cumbersome. Hard to work with, really. It doesn't, I think just a little bit more range in the cheetah legs would have helped that tenfold, as far as the aesthetics go. So that's really my only knock on this figure, is that leg situation on his back. I think could have been a little cleaner. But hey, what are you going to do for $20? It's not bad. I mean, looking at him from the front, he looks pretty good. Looks way better than the last Cheetor they did, which was, geez, in Transformers Universe, maybe? That's a blast from the past. That was over 10 years ago. I have a Galvatron from that series. It sucks. Either way, with that being said, let's take a look at some comparisons. Taking a look at some comparisons for robot mode, here is Cheetor next to his noble leader, Voyager class Optimus Primal, as well as his arch nemesis, the deluxe class Black Arachnia. And last but certainly not least, got our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus and the Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn. So with that being said, let's get this guy transformed into his beast mode. And here we have Cheetor in his beast mode. His cheetah mode, of course, his name is Cheetor. It's pretty self-explanatory. I have to say the Maximals kind of sort of just have animal name with like some sort of He-Man add-on on the end, to be honest with you, like Cheetor. It's a very Master of the Universe style name, but at any rate, he looks good. I will say this is probably one of the better Cheetor figures out there. It's definitely better than the last one they did, which was like 10 years ago in the Transformers Universe line, which was technically Transformers Generations before they called it that. I have a Galvatron from that line. It's crap, but this is very nice cheetah mode. Granted, you can see his hands. I wish these could have maybe folded up a different way. I'm pretty sure I have everything tabbed in right here. If not, let me know in the comments below. But this seems to be correct. And then he's got a little bit of kibble on the back legs here. The back legs, his whole kind of back leg and butt section, it's kind of the worst offender. Up here, it's like seamless, other than, you know, the hinges and seams and whatnot that snap together. But as far as robot kibble goes, there's literally nothing going on up here. But articulation on him, his jaw will open. You can go, nyah, nyah. He does have a peg of doom, as Cheetor likes to call it. Shout out to Cheetor. FX Friends, for those of you who don't know. And I believe it's somewhere up here. You don't need it. This thing stays tabbed in just fine. It's not going anywhere. It's pretty secure in there, so I wouldn't worry about that. Black Arachnia has the same thing, around the same area, actually. And we'll talk about that during her review. But he does have ball-jointed shoulders. You can actually spread them out if you want, but it looks kind of ugly. He does have elbows, or front knees that bend. And then he's got ball joints in the feet. And then he's basically got the same thing going on back here. You can kick his legs out. They will rotate via the thigh swivel from robot mode. And then he's got a hinge in the knee. Said he's got a hinge in the knee. There we go. It's a little stiff on mine. And then he's got the ball joint in the feet there as well. His tail does not move, but it does plug into the back section here. And then the legs kind of collapse around it to hold it in place. Well, actually, it helps hold the legs in place, if anything. But, yeah, that's pretty much it for Cheetors. Almost called him Cheetah. That's a different property entirely. That's about it for Cheetor's Beast Mode. So with that being said, let's take a look at some comparisons. Taking a look at some comparisons for Beast Mode, here's Cheetor next to the Voyager class Optimus Primal and his arch nemesis, the Deluxe class Black Arachnia. And last but certainly not least, got our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus and the Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn. Kind of funny how this guy's almost in 1/12 scale. But with that being said, let's get this guy transformed back into his robot mode and wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and I feel like I have to agree with the majority of people for once on this one, this is probably the best domestically released Cheetor figure we've ever gotten since really the original, which it's kind of funny to say because they have attempted Cheetor before since then, and let's just say they've been anything better than lackluster. This one, on the other hand, I think is pretty darn solid. Is it the strongest figure in the Kingdom series, as far as the Beast Wars figures go anyways? I don't think so. But considering the fact that we don't have a lot of Cheetors to choose from, I'd say this is a really solid figure, and if you're at all interested in completing the core Maximals lineup, this is definitely one to pick up. I think he's really fun, he's really simple, but he is still simple enough to still be fun, if that makes any sense. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and the notification bell so you know whenever I upload more reviews like this one. Stay tuned, we're going to be looking at Black Arachnia next. In the next couple of days, that is. And as always, don't forget to hit me up on Instagram at Overlord Productions for live unboxing videos. And in case you miss them, I do upload them to my IGTV afterwards so you can watch them in their full train wreck glory. But as always, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of this figure, if you like this figure, if you don't like this figure, if you want this figure, don't want this figure, jonesing for this figure, or if you're going to pass on this figure. He's pretty easy to come by. I don't believe he's sold out anywhere online, and most stores seem to have him, except Walmart, because, well, Walmart. But, as always, don't forget to keep the comments civil, because the world sucks enough as it is. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.